A woman had just sucked the life out of an old man, leaving him as a crumpled, empty husk. Without a moment's pause, her gaze immediately fixed on the guard watching over the underworld. Then she parted her cherry-red lips, and in the blink of an eye, she drained the guard's life force completely. Having had her fill, she picked out a pure white dress, and with a light tap, turned it into her preferred black. Only then did she leave, satisfied, with the dress in hand. However, the brutal killings of innocent spirits soon caught the close attention of the Underworld Investigation Bureau. So the Bureau's chief, the Green Fiend, immediately sought out the necromancer to ask about the killer's identity. Unexpectedly, the second he saw the woman's photo, his face twisted with fear. It turned out that the woman in the photo had been a witch when she was alive. Once, Zack had fallen head over heels for her at first sight. But little did he know the woman, in order to steal his soul, planned to force him to drink poisoned wine on their wedding night. But Zack, being highly alert, acted first and struck the witch. In this way, both ended up in the underworld. By this time, though, Zack had become the big boss of the underworld, while the witch had been hacked into pieces. But Zack knew full well the witch's power. What he'd done wouldn't stop her. She would come back for revenge. So to get rid of all this once and for all, Zack thought of Lena in the mortal world. Because, like him, she had the ability to communicate with spirits. If they could complete a spirit marriage, perhaps he could return to the mortal realm. But when Lena found out about this, she was so scared that she wanted to flee with her daughter. At that moment, though, her daughter wanted to say goodbye to her friend before leaving. But this decision led them into a trap. It turned out that the new friend her daughter had made was a spirit wandering in the mortal world. To trick the girl into the underworld, the spirit said she could see her father there. The little girl agreed without hesitation. By the time Lena found out, it was already too late. However, to save her daughter, Lena had no choice but to agree to Zack's earlier terms. Meanwhile, the spirit boy had already tricked the girl into completing the transfer of life. Just as the girl was about to be taken away by the spirits, Zack, the necromancer, stepped in to help at the critical moment. In this way, the girl and her mother returned to the mortal world safely. But Zack wouldn't give up. He chased them all the way, dead set on marrying Lena. Yet just as the priest was about to read the vows, the witch, like a shark that had caught the scent of blood, tracked them down. In the crisis, Annie suddenly remembered that she had found a way to summon an ancient sandworm in a book from the underworld. As a spell was chanted, the sandworm appeared instantly and swallowed the witch in one bite.